I just need a wee bit of luck. A wee miracle.
The Junkie Miracles is the true intertwined stories, four stories of four recovering addicts. These are true people. These are true people stories. They come from here, and it tells their stories of how they got into addiction, how they got into recovery. It doesn't sugarcoat it. It doesn't turn it into kind of everything's going to be all right and that everything's going to be rosy at the end of it, because some addiction stories don't turn out well. This is the true stories of four recovering addicts, warts and all.
Even though I'd met the love of my life, couldn't stop using it. I was going out, using against my will, and I lost my manager's job. Then my sales rep job covering the whole of Scotland, company credit cards, the whole fucking lot, man. And then every other children. Oh.
I can only describe it when we done it in 2022 originally, and my twin sister came along and seen it, and she said she's never laughed and cried so much in the one night. You'll be on an emotional roller coaster on this play. There's a bit in the play, especially in the opening, and it's about a 20-30 second scene that I'm in. And you'll see me going through about 8 or 9 different emotional feelings, because that's the way addicts feel. And I'm a recovering addict, by the way. So it describes addiction right down to a T, and yeah, you'll laugh, you'll cry. There is some pretty funny minutes. Where there's tragedy, there's comedy. Think of Charlie Chaplin, think of Carry On Films, think of anything like that. Think of walking down the street and you see somebody falling and you burst out laughing, but you know it's not funny. That's tragedy. Where there's tragedy, there's comedy. The thing about the play, we're trying to take the stigma away from addiction. Most people think of an addict as somebody with a needle in their arm and a bottle of Buckfast in their other arm. This is a general conception a lot of people have got. Well, it's not like that. And I can give you an example about that. I was in at a reunion down at a very, very famous rehab not that long ago. I'll not mention his name, but one of the speakers was a top consultant surgeon who's probably operated quite a few of your families, if not yourself. This person got sober. That's where he started his sober journey in there. He was that close to losing his medical licence to practice. He's now sober. If you think of superstars, think of Cher, think of Elton John, think of Brad Pitt, think of Sir Anthony Hopkins, the list goes on. Every one of them are recovering addicts, and most of them are doing it through a 12-step programme, as are myself. So it's people don't realise about addiction, and they walk about with kind of blinkers on, and a lot of the time, and they think, oh, well, why don't they just stop this? Why don't they just stop it? But if I say 1 in 5 of the population of Scotland's got a problem with drinking and drugs, you might feel quite shocked about that. But it's a true fact. You can go and check that. You can Google it. You probably know, everybody that listens to this will know of somebody that's either got a problem with drugs or alcohol. You will know them, or you'll know of someone. Until addiction affects you personally, when it comes into your family or into your life, that's when you realise what addiction was and how destructive it can be and how nasty it can be. If it's not in there, you put the blinkers on and you walk past and you make a judgment. This is to try and stop that, to try and let you, as general public, let you know that there's hope, that there is recovery. I'm recovered. I've got my own theatre company. I produce this play and I direct it and act in it. And all the royalties go down to the Riverside Trust and Ayr, where these 4 particular people's stories came from and where they got into recovery and where they still attend. That's the main thing about the play, but about getting the message across. But the other thing is, it's just a wonderful play. Where on earth can you actually sit and actually get your whole body and your mind to feel all these different emotions within an hour and a half? And come yourself and judge it. I guarantee you will walk out and you will talk about it. I have got clips of people that's actually, we filmed them when they came out of the play talking about it and interviewed them. And they loved it. And the great thing is, there's so many people that I know, and the feedback that I've got, that people coming and see this play have got identification out of it. And people have went and got help and got themselves into recovery. And you think about that, we've done about 8 theatres or so. This will be about 14 theatres once we finish this tour in September. And somebody asked me a question once that I can't remember exactly what it was, but I remember the answer. I said, listen, if one person gets identification and does something about it, out of all these shows, that'll be 14 lives this production saved. And 14 families will have that loved one back in their family and not attending a funeral. Now, no amount of money, no amount of flaming applause can buy that. Now, where are you going to get a great night of entertainment knowing that you're probably saving a life as well? That's what the play's about.